up next, the Versa Hybrid. So this is the Versa Hybrid in one of its possible modes. So this is the Versa Hybrid with the small top cap. You also have a large top cap that also has a tank sleeve built into it. Now, you get a different vape experience from both of these because the larger top cap also has a larger air hole. But they do have the same reduced chamber. So let me just show you what this looks like with the larger top cap on real quick. Screw this guy down. And that is the Versa Hybrid with the larger top cap. The larger top cap has a 1.2 millimeter air hole on it. The smaller top cap has a 1 millimeter air hole on it. So you'll get a little bit more flavor from the smaller top cap. You'll get a little bit more vapor with the same setup on the smaller top cap. Did I say that right? A little more, no, more flavor on the small, more vapor on the large. Yeah, that. So, and then this is how I've been using it in this mode with the small top cap. So, let's talk about this guy. First, I'm going to throw a link up. This is for the Vape Pit link to the Butters Luxe or Luxe Butters group or sub-forum on Vape Pit. They have a couple different places where they're located. They have a Facebook group as well. They're also on Vaporwall. It is a $235 device for the hybrid. It's also available in just the Atomizer, and you can also get just the mod portion of it as well. So you have a lot of different options. You can also add on brass caps, which I've actually got, just to show you. Here's the mod real quick, and I've got the brass top and bottom caps set up on the mod. The mod is of 18350, as is the hybrid. As I said, the Addy itself is $135. That's the 510 Addy. The 18350 Versa battery mod with the standard stainless steel end caps is $120. And then you can add on the brass caps and the brass switch housing for $53. There were no brass buttons included with the housing because they didn't have time to make them before the first batch. So, but those are going to be available in the future as separate switch assemblies that you can get in either brass or stainless steel. And the 510 caps, as well as 18500 and 18650 tubes in brass and stainless steel, will also be available in the future. So, as I said, the tall cap, 1.2 millimeter air hole, the short cap, 1 millimeter air hole. The height of the hybrid overall, this is 18350. The only way that it is available currently is 115 millimeters. The battery mod is 63 millimeters tall, so pretty compact. The 18350 and the 510 Atomizer together is 118.35 millimeters tall, so it's just a hair taller than the hybrid, at 3.35 millimeters to be exact. The height on the small top cap is 28.5 millimeters and has a 20 millimeter diameter. The big cap, now keep in mind this includes a tank shield as well, as I mentioned. The total height on that is 55.5 millimeters, and it is a 22 millimeter diameter. It does have 20 by 1 threading, so if you wanted to, on the mod, for example, use a Senio dripper, you could. Or any other devices that thread down onto a 20 by 1 type threading, like the Carabella and the Bear Brass mods, and now the Versa, and other devices as well. The so the fill holes are 3 millimeter in the Addy. The wick holes are 2.7 millimeters or so. The Pyrex is 20 millimeter diameter, 25 millimeters tall, and 1.8 millimeter walls if you need to get replacement tanks for it for whatever reason. And the brass center post is threaded so that you can take a 3 millimeter or I'm sorry, it's threaded for a 3mm nut and a 4mm tapped bottom for the adjustable screw. So, and we'll show you some of that stuff as we go through here. And like I said, it comes with a bunch of stuff. So you get the second top cap. You also get a 510 top cap that comes with the hybrid. So you basically get a mod as part of the hybrid. And then you can get the 350 mod as a separate device as well. And if you have the 18350 mod, it'll come with, like I said, the stainless steel caps, and I've got those here as well. You can switch those out. This is the button housing. The button itself, it only comes with one, and you got to switch that out. It's very easy to do. You just unscrew, pop the spring out, put it in the other one. We'll show you what it looks like here in just a moment. And you can replace it with the brass, and then you have this as the 18350 mod. You also get wick material, mesh, and a bag full of goodies. Extra springs, extra O-rings, extra circlips. I learned what that is last week. How about that? And you also got some flat Canthal in there as well. So yeah, it comes with all kinds of goodies, and you have a lot of different options when purchasing. All kinds of different stuff you can get with it. So the switch, super stupid short throw on the switch. Check this out. So this is not firing. This is firing. Hold on. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to do some close-up stuff, so I'm going to take off the autofocus here for a moment. One moment. Okay, ready? Not firing. Firing. Not firing. Firing. Extremely, extremely short throw. It's slightly recessed, as you can see. Let's see a little better from the side there. It's slightly recessed, so it's not going to fire on its own if you put it down, or if you put it in a pocket, unless you like sit it on top of something. But it's got a very, very short throw, so you don't have to jam your pinky up in there. You can fire it with a knuckle like this if you wanted to. That's how I usually do it. Fire it with my ring finger. Let me show you what the inside of the switch looks like. Very, very smooth threading. Here you can see the contact and the circlip there, and you see it's got a battery vent hole in there as well. And then we'll press this and you'll see the button action there. Very, very short throw. That's very, very close up that you're seeing right there. Okay. The finish on this, very, very nice. Slightly brushed. It's got a very fine brushing on it. I didn't have any marks on it when it arrived, and hopefully I still don't have any marks on it. Came out very, very clean and looks very nice. So let me show you what it looks like under the device here. So this is the bottom of the hybrid, which is a different setup than obviously the inside of the 510 cap on the mod, which I'll show you as well. You have I believe this is an M3 screw or an M4 screw actually, and this guy is adjustable to adjust for different variations in battery height. So there is a tiny bit of space around the button, I believe, Gixxer, and that's how it vents. Yeah, there is a little bit of airflow around the button inside the switch. So, alright, and now I'm going to show you the Addy deck, and then we'll show you the inside of the two top caps. So, it is a thread-on, okay? I saw this, and I said this to myself. I said, self, this is gonna fucking leak. Pardon my language. Because there's no O-ring between the glass and the top cap. Okay? No O-ring between those two things. It's just threaded down. There's no O-ring. Guess what? It doesn't leak. So the machining on this is very, very precise. Even on the glass, the quality of the glass is very, very good. It's very, very well made on the top. When you screw this atomizer cap onto this device, it fits so flush on that glass that it seals it and does not actually need an O-ring, which is pretty amazing in my opinion. So that actually caught me off guard. I expected it. I expected juice to leak out of the atomizer deck down the threading and out the sides and onto the glass, and it's been bone dry the whole time that I've used it. So that has been very impressive. So inside here, as you can see, you have the ability to set this up as a single wick. You have the ability to set it up as a U-wick. I left the U-wick screw in there. I have it set up with a single cable hybrid. As you can see, I'm using flat canthal on there. And then you can see there is the fill hole / wicking hole, whatever you want to call it, and the brass thumb screws on there. So very, very easy to set up. You've got a nice open space and flat space to work with. It took me no time at all to set up. The only issue that I had was with this damn washer, and I actually contacted Butters of Butters Luxe about the washer, and he said that it was kind of an afterthought that they added in there just to make it a little bit easier for newer folks to get rid of hot spots, and it wasn't something that was originally included with the design. So I left it in there since I had already set it up with the washer, but you can just pull the washer out, no problem. But it's in there to make it a little bit more noob friendly, and that is me quoting Butters. That's not my own words. So, but as you can see, real easy to set up. Like I said, that's the Addy deck. Now the inside of the top cap, you'll see, is quite tight. It's quite snug. There's not a lot of room in there once you thread that down all the way. There's very little room. It provides for quite intense flavor. Now this is really cool too. If you look on the inside of the top cap here, you actually have, if you look up inside there, that's the same internal top cap as the small top cap. So you have that reduced small chamber that's going to give you that intense flavor and warmth that you get from the small top cap as well. So the vaping experience, the differences in the vaping experience are really dictated solely by the air hole size, and the air hole size, that should be what determines which top cap that you use. Unless you need it to be super durable and you want to make sure that you have a tank sleeve over the glass to protect the glass, then you'll want to use the larger top cap, obviously. So, how does it vape? It's really good. The flavor's very, very intense. With my standard single wick setup that I've been using with Canthal, which is around like a 0.8 or so ohm, the flavor's very, very good. It is the same actually with the Orion. No leaking from the top cap, despite the fact that it's threaded. And this is the small air hole too, and the vapor production is still very, very good. As you can see, lots of vapor. It's very thick. The flavor is exceptional. Really, really good. I used this top cap a little bit as well, but I found that just the flavor was a little sharper on the 1mm air hole, obviously. So I decided to roll with that one, and I've been using this since I got it. Well, not since I got it, but since I set it up last Thursday morning. So. And I've gone through a few tanks of juice on this guy already, and like I said, no leaking issues. I've had it in my pocket, no issues with leaking there. The build quality on it's very, very good. The only negative that I can say about the Versa is I did have issues with some of my drip tips fitting, but only in the large top cap. I didn't have any issues getting any of my drip tips in the small top cap. So I think at least on mine, maybe the large top cap is just a hair smaller air hole size, and some of them I wasn't actually able to get in there even after I kind of wet the O-ring with juice and tried to jam it in there. Still was having issues with it. That's the only thing, though. This switch is actually, it reminds me a lot of the Bear Brass Mod switch that I like so much, that slightly recessed, really short throw switch. It performs really well, it hits hard, no leaking issues. It's a threaded top cap, which is nice. You're not going to knock the top cap off. It's definitely, designed to be beaten up a bit. I mean, not that you want to damage the finish or anything on it, but this is a good mod for portability. It's got the tank sleeve. It's a threaded top cap. You're less likely to break the tank. It's solid build. The top cap's not going to pop off in your pocket. The drip tips fit really snug in it. So I have to say I've been absolutely thrilled with this device, and I highly recommend it. The price is right in line with the other devices of this quality that are out there, or other higher end devices. The kind of 225 to 250 range for the hybrid. But it's got more versatility. I think that's why they named it the Versa, because you do have the ability to switch the top caps and get a little bit different vape. If you want something that's got a little more airy draw, maybe because you're using a stronger juice flavor, maybe you switch over to a heavy menthol or something, and you want to open up the draw a little bit to cool the vapor off a little bit, reduce the throat hit a little bit, get a little more vapor out of it. You can if you want to. So yeah, I definitely recommend the device. I've very much enjoyed using the Versa all week, and give this one a great big thumbs up. So well done, Luxe Butters, or Butters Luxe. I'm not sure which order that's supposed to be. I see LB Mods and then Butters Luxe Mods, and I think it depends on who writes it, whether it's Luxe or Butters, whose name comes first. So so yeah, there you go. That's the Versa hybrid from LB or Butters Luxe Mods. So